Bray, did you get your invite yesterday to the NFL honors?
No, not at all.
Neither did Hall of
They left it in the
Famer
mail.
Eric Dickerson has not gotten an invite.
Can't believe
for
it.
the past 5 years. Braylon, what happened?
Eric Dickerson, Hall of Fame running back, second individual to break the 2,000-yard barrier. It would have been nice to get an invite to NFL honors. Last time I checked, I played some pretty good ball in the league. I guess when you speak up for players who don't have a voice, you don't get invited. 5 years since I was last invited. I did some digging on that. I think me and you, Ryan Ermanni, I think I saw some articles back in 2016-17 where he did support Colin Kaepernick. Now, I don't know if that's what it was. I mean, it makes sense if you look at the period, but that's a big thing. You look at some of the guys that come to the NFL honors, they're the Hall of Famers, the legends. They currently play no more, but they're ambassadors of the game. I mean, Eric Dickerson is one of those ambassadors. I mean, he's even listed with the Los Angeles Rams as a VP of marketing or something of the sort. So when you get guys like that speak out on behalf, they feel like they can speak out. It's like Bill Russell speaking out in the 60s. You feel like you put yourself in a position to speak out. When you speak out, the man that writes the checks, they still have the ability.
I get that. I thought Kaepernick was like in 16, though. That's like 7 or 8 years ago.
They talked about it for a long time.
Yeah, I know. And then they said they tried to put him up in the nosebleeds last year at the Super Bowl for the Rams. He didn't go to the Super Bowl last year.
The Rams don't treat him good.
They tried to give him the tickets in the 400 section of SoFi Stadium. It's embarrassing.
That's the house that Dickerson built.
And that's something. So that's clearly something with not the NFL. That's clearly something going on with Eric Dickerson. I wonder, what that could be. What that is.
I don't get it, man. I'd love to know some of these things. I'd love to be a fly on the wall in some of these.
Dirty.
Sometimes when people do stuff like this,
they're worse than the mob,
they're
man.
Dirty.
Oh,
they
100%.
are the mob.
At least the mob takes care of their own. I mean, the NFL
until they don't.
Yeah, until they don't. Until you get whacked.
Yeah.
Another thing I can think, I try to figure out with these things is, when you get new regimes, sometimes like the Los Angeles Raiders are very separate. Los Angeles Rams, they've had different periods. Am I right, Maz? They've been in LA, they've been in St. Louis, they're back in LA.
Anaheim.
You look at, they've been in Anaheim. You look at which Rams organization is this, and I wonder how they're looking at it from. ED was Los Angeles Rams, but we're like more St. Louis that moved to Los Angeles. I'm telling you, like sometimes different new people, they come in, they have their own deals, and that's what I'm saying.
Well,
it could be something along those lines. I mean, I look at when Rich Rod came to Michigan. He was Michigan, but he was a new Michigan and was trying to make it a new Michigan. Sometimes people are like that when they come to a place. Hey, this is us now. Let's get those old guys out here.
I got something for you guys. This might be a little trouble for Patrick Mahomes. He won the MVP last night, second time. Congratulations! He's in a great class, but there's an MVP jinx going around. Did you guys know about this?
No, I did not. I did not know that the league MVP has not won a Super Bowl since 1999.
Kurt Warner.
Is that who it was?
Yeah, Kurt Warner was the last guy.
I was trying to piece that together.
He becomes the first person in the Super Bowl MVP curse.
Wow.
Look at that. Look at that list.
1999.
But it tells you exactly what happened to them all.
He's the second person in the curse.
Wow.
Isn't that something?
Well, Aaron Rodgers has been the MVP a couple of times.
Yeah, he didn't win. Well, no. I'm just saying. No wonder the money's on the Eagles.
That could be.
No wonder. The money
Follow the
is
money.
on the Eagles.
Follow the money.
Follow the money.
That's crazy.
How about another guy? We talked about it earlier today. Defensive Player of the Year. I went to Nick Bosa. Had a great year.
Yeah.
But Micah Parsons is a pretty good player.
Pretty good.
He didn't get a single vote for Defensive Player of the Year. So I just wanted to re-put this up there again because I am a Micah Parsons guy. And he's just saying, hey, I'll be watching for you guys next season. There was a nice little video montage of him terrorizing quarterbacks this year. I don't know. I guess maybe they forgot to look at it.
Joey Bosa's a really good player. But, Nick Bosa's a really good player. And Joey Bosa's good. But Nick Bosa's a really good player. I mean, for Micah Parsons not to get one single vote? Is that... Come on, man.
Well, I mean, he got votes his rookie. Last year, he got votes, actually, and for a rookie Defensive Player of the Year. He got votes for Defensive Player of the Year. You look at his stats this year, not as good as they were his first year. He had 13.5 sacks, no interceptions, 3 forced fumbles, 2 fumble recoveries. So the stats were okay. The defense was really good, but, it's you got to look at what those guys did. The guys that you're talking about above it, not only did they have better stats, they had better records, and they finished better. They're still playing. So, you look at Nick, you look at Chris Jones. Well, guess what? He's in the Super Bowl with 15 and a half sacks, and he had a pick. You look at Nick Bosa, 18 and a half sacks. He had a couple picks, 5 forced fumbles, and the list goes on. He was in the NFC Championship, and if you had a damn quarterback, might be in the Super Bowl. So I don't think it's a slight at Micah Parsons. Also, they do so much with him because he can do so many things. Yeah. They put him in linebacker. They drop him in coverage and safety. Sometimes. They put him. And to you said they put him in bad spots sometimes. So I think that was a direct reflection of moving him around so much this year. Next year, I don't think you'll see Micah Parsons moved around as much. I think you'll see him move around just a little bit, but I think he'll be in the 2 to 3 standard positions, which allow him to have more success defensively.
Hey, we had 9 great players going to the NFL Hall of Fame class of 2023. It was a nice ceremony last night. And there they are, Rondé Barber. Don Coryell goes in. What a great head coach of the Cardinals. Don Coryell. What did I say?
No, I said Don Corleone.
Oh, no, Don Coryell. Coached the Cardinals when they were in St. Louis. Then he went to the Chargers, made that great offense, that supercharger offense. Chuck Howley won the MVP in Super Bowl V, the first one I ever watched, in a losing effort. Colts beat them that day. Joe Klecko from the Jets, the sack exchange from Temple. Revis Island, Darrelle Revis, of course. Ken Riley, the 4th leading interceptor in NFL history, played for the Bengals his whole career. And then your guy, Joe Thomas. You played with Joe Thomas. Zach Thomas in Miami. What a great defender he was. And DeMarcus Ware, Jerry Jones gave him his gold jacket
Matt
last
Millen
night.
could have had him.
How about that?
I mean, I don't want to say anything negative about the list because I don't want to get mad riled up. But what I will say is usually when you look at the Hall of Fame, it represents championships. Like the guys getting in won championships too. This list right here, like it's a bunch of guys that are really good players when they play, but it doesn't scream championships. That's why I'm surprised that some of these guys got in. I mean, Klecko, he was around a lot when I was there with the Jets, the sack exchange. Damn good player. Like really, really, really phenomenal player. But it's like, if you couldn't get in 25, 30 years ago, then why all of a sudden get in now? So it's an okay class for me, but to me it's about championships. You look at what Zach Thomas' numbers are, definitely great numbers. I mean, you're talking about 17 interceptions, 20 sacks, average 150 tackles a year, 1,700 tackles, blah, blah, blah. He's got like 1 playoff win. So I think Hall of Fame should be about great talent as well as championships.
Well, Barber and Howley won Super Bowls.
You said what?
Rondé Barber won a Super Bowl. Chuck Howley won a Super Bowl.
I know you named but you named 9 people.
I know you're right, and you're right about it. I was not super excited about last night's class.
Who's the highlight? I mean, who's going last?
There's nobody.
Rondé Barber, and
who's going last?
Joe Thomas probably.
Probably Joe Thomas because he works for NFL Network.
He's TV.
He works
You're
for
right. It's not exciting.
Yeah, it is.
You're right.
Because, I mean, that's one thing, and I don't want to knock these guys because they had better careers than I ever could imagine to have had. So, hats off to them. Joe T, my former teammate. We had the same agent, All Pro Sports, out of Denver, Peter Schaefer and Lamont. So I tip my hat to all of them. But a lot of times, like you said, when you're watching that in Canton, you're watching the Gold Jackets, you're thinking about the Super Bowl moments that these guys provided or the teams that they were on that won Super Bowls. And when 7 out of 9 of these guys go up there, it's not going to be playoffs. You remember, it's going to be the individual. So it's cool. It's a for me.
I went to the Hall of Fame again, for the 3rd time last December. I just love going to that place. It's really, it gives you the chills, man, as a football fan. I highly recommend you guys get into Canton and check it out.
Well, we'll do that.
I've been a couple times. I wanted to get in there somehow, some way. Like when they take you there as rookies, like each team, and we obviously been in Cleveland, we're right down the street. We went there, they gave us a tour, talked about a little thing, and I started to see that you didn't necessarily have to get into the hall to get into the hall because they'll have like cleats and jerseys from longest interception return, most interceptions in the game, the longest pass caught, longest things like that. I said, maybe I can sneak one of those and get my stuff in here, but didn't quite work out that
Oh, damn. Those guys had better careers than I had, too, but I'm not impressed either. So I'll go ahead with that.
This my guy.